Hi everyone, in this episode I'm working the Corrado. So we're going to go over here and we're going to have a look at the headlights. So these are the headlights on the Corrado. So when you select dip beam, well, first of all you have side lights that are located just about here. Then you have dip beam, which is just this one, and when you select high beam or full headlights, it'll be both this one and this one. So in this one it's a H4 bulb which has two elements in it. So when you're on dip beam, it's a lower setting or the lower intensity, and then when you select high beam, it flips and uses the higher intensity light and this one over here. The problem with these cars, if anyone's ever driven them, and most people will say it's like driving with candlesticks. That's how crap the lights are. So there's your battery. So when you select turn on your lights, the power goes from here all the way through the loom, through the fuse board, up into the dash, up to the steering wheel, and there's a switch on the side of the dash that turns on and off your lights. Then it goes over to your stalk. You select your stalk, which is your high beam, your low beam, and then the power comes all the way back down, and then back down into your light. And with the length of cable of all those runs, you usually lose between 1 to 2 volts. So you'll actually run your headlights on 10 volts, and that's why the lights are so crap. So a way to get around this is you hear of these relay kits or these aftermarket kits that people can put into their car. So I have one over there. It's basically just 2 relays and they go straight from the battery. So when I select high beam or low beam, these relays will turn on and off, and so it's direct power straight from the battery straight over to your headlight. It works really well ish. If the relays give problems, you don't get any lights come on. There's silly little things like that can go wrong. I do have them fused as well, so that makes them extra safe just in case a wire was to touch or go a bit mental. But again, fuses, especially here in the engine bay, they can give problems as well. Water can get in. I'm running HIDs. I know people like you can't run HIDs on standard bulbs or on standard headlights. That's true, but if you're driving on motorway, you can't drive with candlestick. You have to be able to drive with something. So what I used to do when I was driving the car was have HIDs, but leave them in with only dips, and I drive all night with HID dip beam. The lights were so bright and much better. You could actually see all the cat's eyes would light up on the road, and you'd be able to see where you're going. So I'm going to attempt to try something else. So with these ones, I'm going to run standard bulbs, or maybe HRDs. I haven't made up my mind. One of the reasons why I stayed with dip beam, I wouldn't go up to full beam, is when you would select dip beam, when you first turn on the car or first turn on your headlights, they'd slowly warm up, maybe over 4 seconds, 5 seconds. It wasn't very long, or maybe it was even 3 seconds. It'd just take them a while just to warm up. Then when you select high beam, there's a dual element in here, so it would actually switch to the different HID, and it would take a second to warm up. But because this light here was on, it wasn't noticeable. Then say there's a car coming against you, or there's some reason why you have to dip your headlights, so you dip them back to the low beam. So this one would now turn off. The low beam would now reactivate, which would take 3 seconds to light up. And while you're driving, 3 seconds is an awful long time, and basically you're driving with no headlights, and then it's very slow, or no dip beam lights, and very slowly they just warm up again. I hated it. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I said, before I put the car back on the road this time, I'm going to try to figure it out. So what I'm thinking of doing is, so there's a dip beam there. If I can lock it on, so it can never turn off. So once I turn on side lights, then turn on main lights, lock the dip beam on, and then when I select on the stalk, high beam and low beam, only the high beam will turn on and off, but the low beam will stay continuously on. And obviously then when you turn off your lights, go back to side lights and then turn it off, they will turn off. They won't be like locked on with the ignition or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to look at, and I have a schematic diagram and I'll try and post it now, and there it is. So on the schematic diagram, you can see there's two arrows. The top left arrow is for, say like there's someone coming out of a junction or whatever and you want to flash your headlights at them. Let's say it's okay to pull out in front of me, or you know, you're waving someone on, you flash your lights. That's what the top left does. And then on the right hand side, there's a second arrow with, and it points down, and there's two dots underneath it. So one of those dots is for high beam and one of those dots is for low beam. So it'll actually flick across. You can see it, so it can only be in one position at a time. It can either be on the left side or the right side. So what I'm planning to do is lock one of those permanently on with a jumper wire. So the jumper wire between the top of the arrow and the bottom of the arrow on one side. And then let the arrow select left and right, which will select high beam on and off, rather than selecting low beam on and high beam off. And then when it flicks across, it'll be selecting high beam on and low beam off. So I'm going to have it slightly different and see if I can do it that way.
Okay, so now I'm going to use the multimeter to show the power going into the lights. So in the back of the headlights there's 3 prongs. One is ground, one is high beam, and one is low beam. So I want to check, are they connected or not, or joined together. So side lights, that's low beam, so there's 12 volts going to that, or 11.6. And then we go to high beam, and no, they turn off. So there's only a bit of residual voltage in that. That's 2 volt. So there's actually nothing in it. So the dip beam is currently not on. And then when I go back to full beam, or sorry, back to dip beam, there is power there. Dip beam, full beam, dip beam, full beam. Okay, so I followed from the light switch there all the way across. There's your stalk up here. So this is, you're selecting high beam, selecting low beam, and back to high beam again. So this is your plug. So number 3, so there's 5 pins, and pin 3 is your live from the switch back over there. Pin 2 and pin 4 are your selecting wires that you're selecting. So pin 3 is your live in, pin 2 is your low beam, and pin 4 is your high beam. So what I've done with an iron, a soldering iron, is soldered a jumper wire between them. So this is my jumper wire that I'm going to solder in, and it's going to lock low beam current permanently on once I turn on the lights. And then when I'm switching between high beam and low beam, high beam and low beam, I am selecting basically on and off pin 4 and pin 3. So when 3 and 4 are on, it's high beam, and when 3 and 2 are on, it's low beam. But pin 3 and pin 2 will be permanently connected to each other, so permanently will have low beams currently will stay on. So when I'm driving then at night time, when I look out the window, when I select high beam, all the lights will be on. So I'll have both dip beam, full beam, and the little small full beam on both sides. So I'll have basically 6 lights on. Well, that's 5 and 1 is 6. I'll have 6 lights on rather than just the 2 lights on either side, which is the high beam, and then I'll be switching back to 1 beam. But it would actually be a more intense light, and hopefully it'll be a little bit brighter. The other reason that I have to do this is the HIDs. I want, if I do decide to run with them, because they flick on and flick off because of this startup that they have. I know some people say, oh, you could just put a capacitor in. Yeah, but if I choose not to do this way, it'll still work as well. I'll be getting more light coming out of the Corrado. In terms of overheating, or is it too much current or too much draw in the system, I honestly don't think it is, because the car is wired up. Well, first of all, there's relays over there, so there's no kind of direct power coming up through the car. all the car is doing is literally turning on two relays over there. So being high beam and low beam just flicks between them. So I'm not actually putting any more current through the car. The two relays over there, I think they're 30 amp relays or 40 amp. They're pretty high ones, so they should be well able for that power. And they're fused on, I think, 30 amp fuses. So if there was any more than 30 amps going through it, the fuses would blow. And if they do blow, well then I know it is just too much for them to run. But I'm also running quite heavy wire as well, so I'm trying to avoid melting or anything going wrong. Yeah, so I think this will work. I'm going to solder it up now and give it a go.
That's definitely a win. I think that's definitely working now. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, so I took one HID out of the car just for a comparison against a standard bulb. So you do have ballast all the way around. There's your bulb, your HID bulb. This is your standard bulb. If you had LEDs and you were able to get good light out of them, you wouldn't need a ballast. That would be the benefit of having LEDs over HID. This is real quick. This is the two bulbs. So this is your standard bulb, and there's two elements in there. So one at the base and one here at the top behind the cup. And I said there was two elements in the HID. There's actually one element in the HID, and you see there's a little cup behind it. This little piece of, looks like nearly cardboard, but it's a little tiny piece of metal, and there's an electromagnet here. And when you activate high beam or low beam, it pulls the magnet, and all of this assembly just jumps down a little tiny bit, and then it'll jump back up again. So you actually see it does, the lights will actually dip beam and come up again to high beam, and they'll actually do, and all that's happening is the little magnet here is just pulling this assembly down. It only jumps down maybe that much. I don't have any power, so I can't show it off, but that's what it does. I don't want to really touch the bulb. So it's only a single element, but with a magnet to jump up and down for your high beam, low beam. So, but this still stands with what I've done. So in the car, when I showed you on the diagram, so the dot up here, and then it'd be the arrow would flick from one to the other, and literally as it's flicking, it goes from one terminal and it flicks across to the second terminal. It's touching nothing for those few milliseconds as it flicks across. That stops all the power going to the HID. The HID turns off. It comes back to the second terminal. It turns back on, and it's this flicking across that actually turns on and off the HID, and that's why my lights were getting bright and dim every time I'd flick from high beam to low beam and then back to high beam again. So that's a nice close-up of the H4 standard bulb. You can see there the two elements. So even if you didn't run HIDs and you just had ordinary H4 bulbs in your car, the mod I've shown, it would light up both elements for high beam and then just one element for your low beam. And is your car capable of running both? Is the bulb capable of running both elements? I'm not sure, but in say like a Mark II Golf, it has the exact same lights as these, and I think it'd be well able to handle both of them.
Okay, so I definitely think that's a win. The lights are working great, and I'm very happy with that. So, unlike the video, that didn't actually just happen over like 10 minutes. I've been playing around with this for ages, trying to figure out what is the best solution. Should you go to relay? Should you go to HID? Should you go to Impro lights and use HIDs in them? What's the best way to improve your headlights? The HIDs turning off was probably the biggest thing of my concern, because scary as shit driving with no lights just for those 2 or 3 seconds as they warmed up. So this is my way of locking them on. Is it really necessary? It's hard to say, because like you're using both elements and the extra light for your full beam, and it does make a difference at driving at night. I believe that you'll have just that extra bit more light. With standard bulbs and with HIDs, I like them. So the other question I've heard people talking about is, should I go to LEDs? LEDs, they run cold, but they do in normal applications. For headlights, they will run hot. LEDs do not like to run hot. I think personally myself, the technology is just too new. You can buy off eBay LEDs H4s for the Corrado. I think I've seen them for €10. HIDs minimum you're going to pay about 50 to 60 euros. How can you justify a headlight at a tenner? I've tried them before. I've seen people using them. They're rubbish. They're crap. They don't work. I know people will say, "Oh, but I have them." Yeah, unless you're going to spend roughly around 110, 120 euros onwards, all the way up to 200 for proper LED headlights, they're not worth it. The HIDs, they're cheap. They're proven technology. They just work. And if you look at any of those proper car reviews, there's definitely guys that are out there. They test hundreds of headlights, hundreds of lights, and yeah, they definitely say, look, HIDs, they're proven technology. They just work. LEDs are the up and coming thing. They want to be on the boat when, like, ahead of everyone else for the LEDs, but they say, look, there's so much stuff out there, so much crap stuff out there. They're very easy to get a bad name. I'd actually love to go to LEDs because I think it'd be very easy to wire them into the car. They give huge light. You wouldn't need a projector because you wouldn't be running a HID. But the thing is, they're just not proven technology of just this. Like, if someone say, right, this bulb will fit this car and it'll give you the same light as a HID, and it's not going to cost any more than 50 euros, I'd buy it. But the thing is, they don't. And the same thing that'll happen is, so there's three ways of cooling them. You have a big heat sink, you have this kind of ribbon cable, and then you have a fan. All of them are prone to getting old, damaged. Dirt, water will get in, will stop them from working. HIDs, exact same, water will get in and destroy them. Ordinary bulbs, water will get in and destroy them, with your fingerprints or anything like that. So all bulbs only have a certain life, but personally, myself, I just like having the HIDs. So that's my little small rant on HIDs, but for just getting the damn lights to work on the car, getting good bright lights, I'm very happy with this mod. So thanks for watching.